Konnichiwa minasan! Welcome back to Cookmas Day 9, and today we are making a cinnamon bun cake. So this cinnamon bun recipe is so good and it's so warm and buttery and flaky and it just tastes amazing. And this would be a perfect option if you want to serve dessert but you want something a little bit different and something that will serve a bunch of people. This is actually super simple to make. All you need to do is basically make 3 different batches of cinnamon buns and then stack them on top of each other and then you have a cinnamon bun cake. But I think it's really cool and it's like a different take on Christmas desserts. So let's get started. So the dough that we're using for the cinnamon buns is brioche, and this is actually Julia Child's recipe. When I was learning how to cook, I used a lot of her recipes. So this recipe is based on her recipe, but I did make a few tweaks. So yeah, let's get started and make the dough. So first, to make the brioche, pour some milk, yeast, 1 egg, and 1 cup of flour into the bowl of an electric mixer. Mix to combine and then sprinkle over another 1 cup of flour and then let that rise for 40 minutes. Lightly beat another 4 eggs and then add these to the dough along with some sugar, salt, and a cup of flour. Place these into a mixer fitted with the dough hook and mix on low speed for 2 minutes. Then add half a cup of flour and mix on medium speed for 15 minutes. Reduce the speed to medium-low and gradually add 1½ sticks of butter. Increase the speed to medium-high and then beat for 1 minute, then reduce the speed to medium and beat for 5 minutes. Place the dough in a large buttered bowl and cover with plastic wrap. Then let this rise for 2½ hours. Deflate the dough and then replace it with plastic wrap and place the bowl in the fridge. Let it sit for 4 to 6 hours or up to overnight. Then divide the dough in half and place 1 ball of dough on a floured surface and roll the dough out into an 11 by 13 inch rectangle. Evenly disperse half of the remaining butter onto the surface of the dough and then fold the dough into thirds like a letter. Roll the dough out again into an 11 by 13 inch rectangle and then fold it into thirds again. Wrap tightly in plastic wrap and place it in the fridge for 30 minutes. Then repeat with the remaining dough. In a separate bowl, combine the sugar and cinnamon and set that aside. Place 1 piece of dough on a floured surface and roll it into another 11 by 13 inch rectangle. Brush the surface with a beaten egg and then sprinkle half of the cinnamon sugar onto the dough, leaving the top quarter of the dough bare. Roll the dough into a log, starting with the cinnamon sugar end and ending with the bare end. Wrap it in plastic wrap and place it in the freezer for 45 minutes. Then repeat with the remaining dough. So this dough does look a little bit complicated and it does take a bit of time, but it tastes amazing, so it is worth it, I promise you. And so if you're doing this for a specific party, you can do all of this stuff in advance, and then on the day of, you can do the following steps. So divide 1½ sticks of butter between a 9 inch, 7 inch, and 3 inch round baking tin. So if you don't have baking tins this size, just use 3 that are different sizes. I use casserole dishes and they work perfectly, so if you have those, you can use those as well. Then unwrap the logs and slice them into 1½ inch thick buns, making 14 buns. Place 7 buns in the 9 inch tin, 6 buns in the 7 inch tin, and 1 bun in a 3½ inch tin. Then let the buns rise at room temperature for 1½ hours. Bake the buns at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 35 to 40 minutes until they're golden brown. And you want to remove the bun in the smallest tin after 20 minutes. As soon as the cinnamon buns are finished baking, flip them onto a wire rack. There might be some excess melted butter in the container, so you want to have like a little dish towel or something underneath so that when you flip it out, it absorbs any of the excess butter and it doesn't just go all over the floor like it happened to me. So, turn the buns right side up and let them slightly cool. So then to make the icing, place the cream cheese in a bowl and beat with an electric mixer for 2 minutes until the cream cheese is fluffy. Then add the confectioner sugar and milk and beat until combined. Drizzle the icing on top of each layer, then stack them to build a cake, and you are done. So thank you guys so much for watching. This does look like it takes a lot of effort, but honestly the end result is so worth it, and oh my god, it tastes so good and it's so buttery and it's so yummy. And if you don't have an electric mixer, don't worry, you can do everything by hand as well. That's actually how I initially did it, so don't need to worry about that. And so tomorrow we're actually using this dough in another recipe that looks very, very cute, and I'm really, really excited to show you guys. So make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on tomorrow's recipe. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow for a new video. Bye!